Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm Reverend Shorty, and today we're going to do another Mad Cave Studios book, Liquidator. This is another Mad Cave one, as I said, but it's not one that I've got in just for the sake of it being that company. This is genuinely one that I thought, yes, people are going to want to get, and some people did. Probably just written by Peter Milligan. In fact, in one particular case, I know it's written by Peter Milligan. But also got art by Kowalski, who is absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm going to talk about the art history first, because he is an artist I really like, because he's great at doing... Well, he's really good at doing a lot of things. It sounded like I was going to do a backhand compliment there. He's absolutely great, though, at cities. Not just, like, big, over-the-top cityscapes like New York or LA, but things like historical kind of stuff, even fantasy, and maybe even futuristic stuff. He just has this wonderful, wonderful eye for a three-point perspective, laying everything out in a way which gives such sense of time and place to everything he does. Honestly, I could get lost in the cities he creates. In this particular story, being good at that is very important, because what we have here is a time travel story, and each time we go to a different place in time, there needs to be something distinct about them. We need to know that we are moving around, not just geographically, but temporally as well. And he is brilliant at it. I mean, I kind of wish his colours had a little bit more richness to them, and this is not like a huge criticism. This is not like the overly saturated, flat as hell covers you're going to get from some of the Marvel and DC books I reviewed. They still look great, but I do think there's room just to dwell a bit more in the shadow, throw a little bit more texture into it, and I think I'd be a little bit happier. But those are like a minor quibble. In the same way that his character design, I know there are people who can do it better, but he's still pretty damn good, and all the characters do feel unique and distinct, and we do get to see a lot of them. Very early on, we kind of have a bit of a scattershot approach to what's going on, but in a way that makes perfect sense, because, as I said, it's a time travel story, and these are kind of hard to do, or at least hard to do effectively. I mean, in terms of time travel movies, you can go to the simplistic and the cinematic, like Back to the Future, but most people understand the errors and the issues with time travel and all the things that can go wrong with it. Liquidator, as a concept, is all about the people who deal with when things have gone wrong. And early on, we get some kind of nice ideas of the fact that somebody has travelled back in time and left a fully charged up smartphone outside the house of Nikola Tesla, which is just fun and funny, and also kind of fits in with the very silly things you see people claiming to be proof of time travel, all very easily debunked. But I like the idea that Milligan has picked up on that kind of thing, and that's what he's going to go and do. There's also some stuff to do with other conspiracy theories, including political assassinations and the like, and why you can't just go back in time and do the things you want to do. And our main story is one of these people who goes back and sorts out these problems. The story is about her and how she deals with this, because one thing that's laid up fairly early on is just how traumatic it is to the psyche to be travelling in time, which kind of makes sense. You know, it's a messed up thing to do, and your sense of place in the universe is going to be challenged by it. There's an awful lot of backstory into why it is done, but also how people are acclimatized to it, and how an organisation preps these people to make sure that when they do go, it is less risky, but understanding that there's risk. And I could have been, like, drowning in lore at this point, but thankfully the setup, as a nice scattershot approach to just giving us some highlights of things that happen, shows us the potential for the kind of stories we can be getting with this setup. Then quite a bit of lore, all done very nicely, very interesting, done, I see, like, in-character description of what's going on, rather than just a lore drops just coming straight in out of nowhere, which I really, really quite like. But we also get setups of who these characters are and why they are struggling with what they're doing, and stories within the time periods they're going to. We are getting kind of set up to a very unusual mystical murder mystery, I think, which is kind of nice for a sci-fi time travel story. And once that lore dump kind of fit on lore dump feels like I'm being disparaging. I'm not. I'm literally saying I really like how that. But once it is done, and we get the story, the pace just goes straight back into fantastic storytelling. It really does a very good job of maintaining an entertaining pace, never really going too fast, but when it does go fast, it feels like it's earned it. It feels like it's worth it. Honestly, great storytelling, great visual storytelling as well. It's really nice to one of the earlier Mad Cave books to pick up after the break has been this good, and I can't wait to see where it goes afterwards. That's it from me now, though. Until I see you all again, look after yourselves, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.